What is up, fools? This is Furio. They should have just renamed this whole episode simply Brothers. There was the Gallardo brothers, the Jaeger brothers, the Grice brothers, Reiner's brotherhood with his fellow Titan shifter, just all the brothers in this whole episode. You know, this was going to be an important episode the moment they started off with the intro. Just intro right away, you knew that the rest of the 20-some minutes was just going to be jam-packed and insane. So, first things off, poor Porco. I feel like this guy just cannot get a break in any situation he's in. But I feel like he had his moment. He got to see the memories of his brother, all while being hurt, all while trying to still, work alongside Reiner. Zeke reveals his trump card, and not even Falco can stop Zeke's ultimate plan. And ladies and gentlemen, the feel between the Grice brothers, Falco and Colt, is just so wonderful. He's trying to save his little brother from becoming a Titan, but Zeke over here is saying, listen, I understand, but there is a greater plan that Falco is just too small to stand in the way. And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, let me reintroduce to you the Kyojins of Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin have arrived. Commander Pixis taking in that last drop of sweet, sweet wine until he turns into a Titan and accepting his fate. What a powerful set of images, and just that whole scene was just so wonderfully done. And just to get you to feel so many feelings, this kind of brings me back in this weird nostalgia kind of way when you first saw a horde of Titans coming in through Shiganshina. It's terrifying, it's exciting, it's thrilling, but really you have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, you know there's going to be devastation. And just as all the emotions are running through this episode, I just can't tell what's worse. That feeling for Reiner that he never gets to die on his own terms, or that Porco essentially sacrificed himself so that Reiner can continue living in this hell. Porco really got the last word in this. He kept taking L's after L's after L's, and I think he got his biggest W in making sure that Porco got to die with the memories that he had of his older brother, knowing that Reiner is in the situation that he's in, and he just has to find a way to keep fighting on because he can't die. He has to keep living this hell, and that's really the worst way to screw over Reiner right now. And Porco got his due, and poor Reiner just cannot die satisfyingly, and they're not holding any punches. This is all the feels in this episode, and at least now we know that Falco can come back, because guess what? Falco ate Porco, which means that he can return into his human form and becomes a Titan shifter. He did not inherit Reiner, the armor Titan, but he inherited the Jaw Titan. And we'll see what that'll be, but that at least ensures something in the future where we'll probably see Falco and possibly his Titan form. So there's some sort of light at the end of this tunnel. It's a very dim light, but at least it's a light. And Eren coming in with an old ability that he learned a few years ago. That's right, he comes in with the Annie special, crystallizing himself and having Reiner stuck in between this crystallization and just popping out of nowhere and making the beeline to his older brother. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's probably, again, this whole episode is amazing, but this moment right here was just, I was screaming top of my lungs. I'm pretty sure I scared the whole apartment complex here. Gabby proving to everyone that she is the most well-trained soldier, coming in with the 360 no scope headshot with that anti-Titan artillery sniper. She is just too good for her own good. Gabby killing Eren feels so poetic. It's like, okay, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of my experience, a little bit of my knowledge that is in the outside realm that hopefully makes sense. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about like pro wrestling and my wisdom with it for a minute. So usually when there's a new star coming in that they're trying to build up, they have them go up against a bigger star, someone that's well established, someone that's actually known through the more general audience slash hardcore fans. And the old wrestler, well not to say old, but the one who's been known to be known around the area really well, will have to, make sure to give the new wrestler a chance to be put over in a position that people are going to remember them. Whether it's good or bad, they are going to be established as the new guard of this company slash area, while the old guard takes a backseat and moves on to something else. And in this case, Gabby is taking over Eren's ideology of moving forward no matter what the situation. Now, I'm pretty sure the internet's gonna go nuts for this, but to me, this is as the most satisfying way we can write off Eren, and having Gabby continue that same emotion that Eren was going for. And really, speaking of a sharpshooter, Mappa nailed it with what is happening in Shiganshina, with that beautiful 3D motion with this 2D artwork that is just, this is like high quality movie productions are doing. This is such an epic moment, caught so well of what's happening. And really, like, how do you go from Eren getting killed to like what's happening, this huge massive war that's happening, Titans are everywhere, you have Peak and Commander Megadeth coming in trying to do their best to like clean up, and just what a way to encapsulate this whole war. It's brutal, it's gruesome, and it's just wonderful to view. And right when you think you have time to catch your breath, you're put in this like hyperbolic time chamber of sand where Zeke was waiting for Eren this whole time. Again, we don't fully understand how long this means in the real world in terms of timing, but you know that Zeke, oh boy, that Zeke fellow, man, he's got something in his mind. So sabes que? Zeke is in his chains, looking exhausted, looking withered away, making the perfect time to have him let down his guard. And this last portion of this episode was Swerve City. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta look both directions and still look behind you, because the swerves were here. Eren and Zeke just barely touching to enter this hyperbolic sand chamber, and we get confirmation that this little girl is in fact Ymir. I feel like it's been years that we've seen this little girl in some capacity, and then kind of mentioning, Ymir and her presence, and knowing that this is some important character. I mean, a lot of people could I felt like a lot of people could connect that pretty easily, but until you get that confirmation, it felt so right knowing that we finally got to somebody say this is in fact Ymir, and I'm going, all right. That kind of leads with nothing to go by, because now we just know who she is, but we don't know what she does or why she's there. But I mean, confirmation is confirmation, and I feel satisfied with that. Eren finally revealing to Zeke that he was not with it for the euthanization plan, which, let's be honest, a lot of us, including myself, we were thinking he's only doing this to get his ultimate goal, which again, we don't know. And again, confirmation is key, but it's also not the one that turns the key. You know what I'm saying? We got confirmation, but we still don't know the rest of the answers. Now, this took multiple rewatches of my man Zeke. Like, listen, Attack on Titan is amazing, and like, it just goes to prove to you, animation of any kind can hit just as well as any form of media, because Zeke and his body movement and his tone and his delivery knew from the start he couldn't trust his own little brother, his Oni-chan, Eren. You can tell from the subtle little cues, from the way Zeke throws the baseball and just Eren just doesn't catch it. Like, you can feel for Zeke knowing that he is not 100% committing to what Eren is saying, and everything about the euthanization plan. Zeke knew that Eren was not with it, so Zeke baited Eren to reveal his true intentions. And you just the foreshadowing, the poetic symmetry, the powerful images of symbolism. Zeke had this idea that if you can just let your guard down to show enough of your hand, the other person will reveal theirs. And that's what he did. And he made himself look weak. He made himself look pathetic. He made himself look like he had no other choice but to go with Eren's ultimate goal. And Zeke is out here revealing his biggest trump card, knowing he didn't trust Eren. And we have Zeke coming in and telling Eren he's gonna tell him. He's gonna straight up force him to tell him that I will save you, Eren. And it just goes to show you that, like, no matter what your ideas may be, if you have good intentions, if it's meant to like help everybody, you know, sometimes it's not best to just force those ideas onto someone else. And like the symbolism behind this is just so like prevalent in a lot of things in our everyday lives. It's amazing how they were able to deliver this scene in a manner that helps us understand in real terms, you know. So having Zeke force his ideas onto someone and trying to kind of brainwash them and telling them that they're being brainwashed themselves to believe in this other idea, like it's amazing the way they delivered this scene. And it just goes to show you that you can't force someone's ideas onto someone else, even if they are holding your lifeless hell, because, you know, it's just not good to force some ideas. Don't force anything to anyone or anything. Don't force it. Just go with the water, you know, go with the flow. Just like sand, it'll flow off. But if you force it like a rock, not a good idea. And what a mind-blowing way to end the episode. Zeke headbutting Eren, forcing himself into the next episode, where we will be calling it right now, at least I will, be the major turning point to this whole series. Since like the book reveal, since Ymir's backstory before Paradise Island, and just Grisha's backstory. I feel like this is going to be one of those episodes that we're just going to rewatch to like dissect as much as possible, because this next episode will most likely take us back to the past to reveal our future, and I'm ready to get blown away. I'm blown away just from this episode alone, but next episode, woof, I think I'm ready to be blown into the next episode. Anyway, I rate this 4 stepbrothers out of 2 brothers. Just amazing all the way throughout, satisfying on how much story was unfolded before us, and I feel like this episode was just it knocked it out of the park. Again, another amazing episode. I went back to saying this, you know, you can't say 10s out of 10s, because, you know, you're gonna come across the next 10 and it's gonna be raising the bar. This one raised the bar so high up, I don't even know what a 10 is anymore. 5 stars, 10 stars, I don't know. This was just blew it off, and just gonna rewatch it again. And ultimately, what did you all think? You tell me, because I mean, I love it, but let me see what y'all think about it. Put it down in the comment sections below so that I can read them, see what we all have going on with what our theories may be happening in the next episode. Again, this is animes only, so hopefully for those manga readers, please keep it respectful, and don't forget to dedicate your hearts by pressing the subscribe button. And as we ride this sweet, wonderful ride that is Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2, and I'll see you in the next time. Sayonara y los vemos pronto.